Hello, second video, we're back. Peak District today. Parked at Snake Pass, which is about a kilometre behind. I'm excited today. It's going to be the coldest wild camp I've ever done. Oh, I'm shaking. Right. It's going to be the coldest wild camp I've ever done. -6 or something. However, the wind chill is going to bring it down to -13, -15. The views are great at the minute. We're just heading up there now. The Peak District is not local to me, but it's my closest national park, so I come here most often. But I've not camped at the spot I'm camping at today. And as you can see, if you watch my first video, I've got some upgrades. I've got something to hold my phone, and I've got a little microphone, so when it's battering me like it did last week, you can hopefully still hear me. Whew, right. I'll make some more progress, and I'll give you another update. Wow. I need to find somewhere to pitch. I'll probably head that way, if you can hear me, for about 20 minutes. Find somewhere there and get pitched. Oh, wow, it's cold up here. My initial plan was to head to Bleaklow Stones, which is about 2 miles that way. But I've just had a bit of an epiphany, like, it cannot be any better than this. This is beautiful. The camera will not be doing that sky justice. There's a little gully just here, away from the paths, and there's a few people about, so I'm going to try and find somewhere nice and quiet just down here and then set up camp, because I think if I'm close to this rock, it's like just on its own in the middle of the area. I'm not sure what it's called. It should be, or should make for, an unbelievable sunrise. So I think that's the plan. So I'll go and pitch the tent. I'll record it. I think I'll do a time lapse. And we will get a bovril on. We're pitched. So the tent is the Terra Nova Northern Light 2. It's super stable. It's like a limpet. It's got a special feature where it's got little pockets just up here. When I'm in the tent, I'll show you in better detail. Just in here. And you put your trekking pole in it as well as the regular poles. And the tent's solid. I've never used it without them, and I wouldn't really, because when putting the tent up, it's quite squishy and seems to bend a lot without the poles in, but once them poles are in, it's unbelievable. So we're pitched up. It's darker than it looks on cam, but we're pitched. Right, before we get in the tent and get everything set up, I just want to say thanks, because my first video that I uploaded last week, If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. I wasn't going to upload it. I wasn't a big fan of it myself until my friend just told me, oh wait up, to upload it. And I'm so glad I did, because the comments and things on it and how well it's done, I think it's nearly on 1,000 views or something, and that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. And there's been some great comments on it, so thank you. If you're not subscribed, subscribe already. If you're not subscribed, subscribe already. What does that mean? I don't know, but subscribe, because I do this all the time. I'm always out and about, and if you want to join me out and about, if you subscribe, you can see the videos quicker. Right, I'm cold, so I'm going to get in this tent, set stuff up, and hopefully it stays as clear as it is. And do you know what we're going to get on? A Bovril. I've had a nightmare. 2 things have gone wrong so far this trip, but we're still here, so it's alright. First thing, I went down to Decathlon to get my favourite Wayfarer's meal, the chicken tikka. Didn't have any. Gutted. And the other ones were not looking good. So I had to get the Decathlon's own 4 class rehydrated meals. I've never had one before, so touch wood, fingers crossed, it's nice, because I am hungry. That was the first nightmare. Second one, I just got my head torch out of my bag, and it's turned itself on in my bag. So the entire trip, I think it's just been on full in my bag, which is annoying. It's annoying because it's got a little switch on it to stop it from doing that, but I've obviously not used it. So that's dead. Or dying. Thankfully, the little gizmo that I've got to hold my phone has got lights on it. I don't know how long the batteries on them will last. I'm just trying to keep them to a minimum. And I've obviously got my phone light. It just might make things a little bit difficult when exiting the tent if it's dark. Right. I am going to put my briquette stove, alcohol stove. I'm going to get a hot drink on first, a nice Bovril. I love a Bovril. I'm not one for coffees and stuff at camping. I drink plenty of coffee and tea at home, but I don't think there's anything better than basically a nice cup of gravy when you're cold. So I'll get that on. I'll film my setup of it, and we will get underway and we'll have a little chat, because I've got some secret weapons or some changes in my kit that I want to talk to you about. And if anyone sees any bits of my kit that you want to know what it is, basically, just leave a comment and I'll get back to you. See you soon. Oh, so we'll get set up. I've already took the light out. This is my cook setup. I know I showed you briefly in the last video, but it was torrential rain. So I've been using an alcohol stove for a few weeks now. I've used gas stoves mainly, like the OEX Hero, like the jet boil sort of style thing. But there's just something about alcohol stoves, because the last time I've been using gas stoves, the problem I've had with them is inconsistency when it comes to, you get one good boil out of the jet before the gas sort of gives up its ghost, or it sort of lessens its own performance because of a lack of pressure, especially in the cold. Where the alcohol stove has been really, really good at just working, really. It is not fast. It is pretty slow. However, oh, it's getting a bit breezy. However, I've never really been in a rush to make a brew. So we'll get some water on, as Andy Beavers would say,
and we will get cooking. Right, so this is the fuel. I need to move this. Let me just pop some in here. Right. Oh, it's getting chilly now. I'll have to check the temperature in a minute. I've got a little thermometer with me. The inside of the tent is freezing up. But we carry on. Oh, probably should have popped that in there first. And I'll pop some water in here. This is just a pack of salt and sugars and oxos and coffee and things like that from McDonald's, just in a little Ziploc bag, because I don't want, if something bursts, I don't want it going everywhere. But that's a great way to take sugar and things. Okay, so pop some water in my mug. That should be plenty for a drink. Get it lit. Nice, there we go. And we'll let that cook away. Bovril made. Oh, so the thing I mentioned before, I think I mentioned it. In cold weather, I struggle to sleep in merino wool. It makes me feel colder. It makes me feel like my skin's wet. And I tried to find like why it was doing this, and I found like a forum online, and it basically said it's because they're tight, and it's affecting like the circulation. Even though it is working and your core is warmer, your skin feels colder, so you feel colder even though you're warm, which is like, it's fine, but it makes me uncomfortable and not be able to sleep. So I'd rather have it might sound stupid, but I'd rather have a slightly colder core and be asleep than, as long as it's safe, obviously. But so yeah, so I've still got one merino top in my bag, not on now. I'm going to sleep in that, but I've just brought like pyjama bottoms, like thick wintry pyjama bottoms that I got from Costco. They're loose fitting, so I'm going to see how they feel tonight. Wind's picking up. I'm going to see how they feel tonight, and then I'll let you know. It's nice to be out though.
Morning. Oh, it's a crisp one. Just got up for sunrise. It's about 7:30. The tent is completely white. It is cold. The temperature reading on the thermometer is -7.2. Let's have a little walk over here, shall we? -7.2. But with wind chill, God knows what that is. All this ground was moist yesterday, but today it is rock solid. It's going to be a bit of an effort putting this tent down, but it's why we do it, innit? Look at this. Wait till you see this. I don't know if this camera will do it justice, but it speaks for itself. And those of you that have been out doing this sort of thing before and have seen sunrises like this, you'll know what I mean. but the camera just cannot grasp it at all. I've had a cup of coffee in the tent this morning that went down really well. God, I'm struggling to think. It's absolutely freezing. Right, I've had a cup of coffee. I've got all my clothes on, obviously. It just needs packing away, but I'm in no rush really, because this is lovely. So I'm gonna get some more shots of this for you, get some stuff packed away, and head back down to the car. I slept all right. I wouldn't say it was like toasty. My bag is rated to like minus 15 or 16 as its comfort level. And my sleeping mat is like a 7.8 R value, but I just kept getting cold spots. I don't know if that's the bag or the mat or what. I'll let you know. Anyway, I'm going to keep walking around here because it is unbelievable. And then I'll pack up tent. Hey up. As you can tell, it's cold. Just how cold, I don't know, but it is completely, this is not just like icy, this is frozen solid, and this is like 2 litre bottle. It's definitely worth it for that sunrise. That is unbelievable. Right guys, packed up, leave no trace, nothing left. You can't even really see where the tent was, it was that cold. I don't know how long I can make this little clip. I've tried to make it 3 times now, my phone's died at like 30% battery, it's so cold. But I'm packed up, I'm heading home, heading back to the car. When putting the tent down this morning, I got an amazing shot of when I shook it, all the ice like sprayed everywhere and then went all over the camera and it looked amazing. I was like, I can't wait to see that. Checked my phone and about 10 seconds before it, the camera died. I think the cold is just affecting the battery, so apologies for not having that clip. But I hope you've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed this one, much more than last week's. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.